Because we are coasts. Danger Kay! Made by Ugly Ass Mule Productions. What do you think of the beautiful set here? We got, this is Nikola Tesla, for the dumbasses who've never heard of him. He's one of the most brilliant minds to ever grace this planet Earth. Stephen King, you might have heard of him. I bet more people know who fucking Stephen King is than Nikola Tesla, which is, I would say, sad. They're both cool, but you should know who Nikola Tesla is. If you don't, do your fucking homework. Over here we got a piece of artwork by Tommy Titan, he goes by, the wooden Indiana sign, rugged royalty. This acrylic sign we got here made by GCI Digital Imaging, designed by Brian Sharwarko. The Butcher, Jack Nicholson from The Shining, and the dude abides. And this is not a Baphomet, okay? This is not a satanic show, so don't be confused. And this is not an altar, it's just cool fucking shit. It's a deer, it's not a Baphomet, it's not a fucking goat head. Our one and only sponsor, first sponsor, is WIMP. Not a pussy, but a WIMP. That stands for What Is My Purpose. I need to know what I am stands for. I don't know what that means. Better look that up, huh? TC.
Yeah.
Hop over in the first chair right here. TC. Everybody. The Chiba. Tin can. Too cool.
Cool. Thanks, man. Thanks for having me on. I guess I'll need me a guest tray.
Guest tray?
A guest tray.
So TC is, he gave me the nickname Danger Kay. I guess I'm dangerous. I was hurting myself. I thought he gave it to me for another reason, but he gave it to me because I burnt my hand at work. We were opening this restaurant called Woody's, and I gave myself a 3rd-degree burn.
It was nasty.
Yeah, it was nasty.
There's been a few other incidents there in the restaurant that you got hurt too, but that was it. That was when I was like, dangerous, dangerous, okay, or whatever, you know. And then it just
my
sucked.
skin literally melted right off my hand, dude.
Oh gosh.
A hot olive oil. It sucked. So me and TC been friends since 1998.
Met in the restaurant.
I think I had some fucking long hair, kind of dreaded up, and he and a goatee. And TC comes in with some long, greasy, straggly hair. And I think within 5 minutes we were outside smoking a blunt and inside fucking busting freestyles on the cook line. And we've been friends ever since.
Yeah.
One of the best BMX dudes that I know. There's better out there, but TC's the man. We would go bike riding sometimes together, and he'd be riding a wheelie for a mile, and I'm fucking just like, yeah, cool, man.
Easy greasy. Yep.
So, behind the camera there is Brian Sharwarko. He is the CEO of Ugly Ass Mule Productions. And basically, we're the 3 producers of this show. Brian is going to be doing all the editing from Chicago. TC's the director of photography. I'm your host, and TC will probably be doing some comedy skits also, as Dumpster Jerry live on the scene. He'll probably be pretending to be shit-faced drunk. He does that pretty well.
Just let your soul go. Just let it shine through. Just let your soul.
Sleep under this desk the whole time.
Under the boss's desk.
Typical rise to the top. All right, listen, we've got 40 minutes to get this going. I don't have all day. We don't have any material. All the underwriters are out. This GD coronavirus is killing every... Seriously, Beer? It's 4 in the morning.
I'm no quitter.
Great.
Can you scoot your shoe off my shoe?
That's not my shoe. Seriously?
Well,
You have a house shoe over your shoe.
Now. We all know that's not true.
I'm not wearing pants. You think I'm gonna wear shoes? All right, we got to get it together. Have you talked to the guys down in the newsroom? Do we have any good material for this morning's show?
Nope.
You know that's your job.
My job?
Like your only job.
My job?
All right, see what we've got going on. They've got debate tonight. Do you want to talk about that?
Boring.
I mean, seriously, I mean, this is democracy. This is our lives. This matters. I think it's pertinent to bring it up. Okay. Seriously, right now, can I get some more hand sanitizer? Tom?
Get this guy a maxi pad because his vagina's on fire.
You know I'm not wearing this to get sick. I'm wearing this so I don't get the whore fumes in my face.
Whore fumes. Oh, that's cute.
Your breath smells like the underneath the boss's desk.
That's where I've been. All morning. How do you think I got this job?
Toilet paper shortage.
Hey, whose desk did you crawl under to get this job? Everyone's.
I did 7 years of journalism school to get this. Why do you think I have the high back chair and you're over here drinking frickin' light beer? Seriously, light beer?
Yeah, I mean, you think I didn't get this figure from drinking Pabst?
Tom, can we get this girl some liquor?
He needs a Pabst smear because his vagina's on fire.
My vagina is not on fire.
Yeah, it is. Your man pawns in
Text
crooked.
one to no one. I don't wear those. I told you. It's a condition.
Okay. Can anybody get... Can I get a fan back here? Because...
Listen, with that lack of talent, I don't think you're going to have any fans. We're going to have to talk about the school closures because this is a big deal. People need to know about what's going on right now. There's some genuine concern, and we've got to stay on top of it.
Okay. Stay on top of it.
That was your motto all through college, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
Jesus. What else do we got? Stop. You got a phone. Look, stop coughing. Tom, where's that hand sanitizer?
Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Hey, what up, T-Boy? Where you at, man? You ain't right around the corner. I don't see you, man. I'm right here. I need it. Nah, bro, I got these customers, man. Nah, they're not hungry. They've already eaten. All right. Cool. I see you. All right, man. All right, cool. That, son. Text my baby mom. Pick up Patrick at 6. Making that skrilla. What up, Playboy? I've been out here all day waiting on you, man.
Everybody needs this stuff, man. I'm rolling all over town, man.
Is that good?
It's that 2-ply.
Angel saw.
Hey, it's 2-ply.
I thought you had Charmin, man.
Yeah, man. Charmin ran low, man. They bought that on the east side.
Might as well have brought me some Scott's Industrial,
You know
man.
how the east side be dooking it up.
Hey, man, it's because they eat too much fast food.
Man, they just send it Chongas.
All right, bro. I'm going to try to see if I can get at this Fresh Time crowd, man. Hit me up. Get that Charmin next week, man.
Next week.
All right,
See you,
all right.
man.
Cool. Got that paper. Finna make some paper. Make my money, man. Where these fools at? Say, Shotty, what's happening?
I need more of that.
Yeah. Shit, girl, I didn't know you got dry. How many you trying to get? 4? Let's see, I got 5 apiece. I can do 3 for 10. You trying to get 4? I'm gonna cut you a 15. How's that? Huh? Look, man, I give you 3 for 10 now. You take one of these home. You clean that up. You come back and talk to me tomorrow, all right? Funky, I hope you brought some hand sanitizer with you. How much we got? Was this a tip? Go on then. It's 3 for 12. All right, then. I'll see you tomorrow. But I hope she scrubs good. I should have sold that girl some wet wipes. And what's that? I got that thing. What's up? What's up, playboy? How you doing, man?
Good, bud. How you be?
I'm good, man. Did your brother get out?
Yeah, he out.
Hell yeah, man. How's he doing?
He may be coming through, man. He said.
What are you looking for, man?
I will do the 3 now.
Okay.
I got my card though.
Hell yeah. Oh
Gotta
yeah.
get
Customer points. Hold
gas
on, man. I
mileage,
almost
man.
forgot, bro. Let me get you. Gotta get my attachment. You know what I'm saying? I use a Venmo, man, but I know we got that customer service card. I'll get you that 10% discount.
I'm walking away.
There we go. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. Yeah, man. I got 3 for 15 right now. How you doing, buddy?
We're good, man. I got you.
Okay.
I got you 20, man, right here. Keep the
Heard
change,
that.
man. Mom says, what's
Appreciate
up, bud?
Man, she is such a sweet woman. Tell her I'm gonna stop by and get some more of that chili, man. You know what?
Yeah, yeah.
Matter of fact,
You got one from Mom?
yeah, man, take
Okay.
more from Mom's, man. I appreciate you. Tell her I said what's up, man. I hope she's doing all right.
For real. All right,
Yeah.
bud.
Don't be
Stay up.
doubling that down, man.
Nah,
That's
you
thick.
good.
All right.
I got you. Stay
Don't want
up.
to run out. I got the hook up. Holla if you hear me.
Oh man, you get that Charmin?
Huh? Yeah.
Charmin, Charmin.
Well, look, man, I got some angel soft.
No,
What you
it's
need,
gotta
baby?
be Charmin.
Look, baby, I got angel soft. That's all
You
I
gotta
got
give me
right
a
now, man. I'm
Charmin
having
right
you some
now.
Charmin next week.
How much, man? How much?
Shit, you need it quick, don't you?
Right now.
20 apiece, baby. What's happening?
Here.
Nah, that ain't enough.
Come on, man.
Here,
It's
man,
all
hold on.
got.
Check it out.
It's
No, I
all
got you.
got.
Take this. Gonna take that booty hole shut, man. You come see me tomorrow, yeah.
I can't.
What? This motherfucker. That's pretty funny.
Chef Shawnda. Classy as
Oh, hi guys. I'm Chef Shawnda here with you today, and we're gonna make pork parmesan, or as I like to call it, pork parm. Sounds a little more professional. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get you a nice tender cut of meat. Here you got you a pork tenderloin. So, where's my knife? Well, we're just gonna do this. So, here we go. Okay, here we go. Just sterilize it. Now here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna cut it open, and then we're just gonna flop one of these puppies on out of there. Okay, so then you're gonna kind of mush it together so it's nice and tender, and then we're gotta get the dogs, and then today, normally I would give you my secret recipe on this, but I'll just tell you what it is, because yesterday I cooked the filet mignon and I put it all over it, but so we're out, but it's the seasoning packets to the mac and cheese. So today we're gonna have to use these, and it's okay though. You can just push these right apart and just flop them right on there like that. We're just gonna flop them right on there like that. And then here's the mushed tomatoes, and I got the peppers and the onions, and now I don't buy just store-bought. This is homemade. So we're just gonna flop it right on there. Flop it right on there. And then what you're gonna do next is the most secret part of my whole entire cooking show, and I'm telling you, this is what you need to do with every single meal. You pop her in the microwave within 1 minute. You're eating. I can smell it. Oh, here we go. Now I'm gonna pull this out. It might be hot, so might just need to just pull this puppy off right here. Take it out. Okay, so what we're gonna do here is now, would you look at that? Just look at it. Just soak it in. All right, what we're gonna do here is I'm gonna show you how to cut this type of meat to where you go with the grain of, would you say, the wiener, the loin. All right, so what you're gonna do is you're just gonna slice it like this. Slice it like this. And then you gotta mix it all together, and then you're gonna just get you a big old bite. Just get you not that big. Mmm. That's the best thing since sliced bread. I'll tell you what. Keep coming to me, I'll show you. Everything in your family, 1 minute or less, with Chef Shawnda. So bad. So bad.
Oh,
This is so gross.
that was awesome.
Well, like I said, I deliver pizzas, and it is something that always happening. When I got this one, it was at a hotel. So I go to the hotel, knock on the door. They yelled immediately, "Just a minute." Of course, it's one room, so they're going to hear the door. So I said, "All right." And a couple minutes went by, and suddenly this little girl's voice, well, not a little girl, but this girl's voice comes to the door. She goes, "Do you mind if we're naked?" I said, "What?" She goes, "Do you mind if we're naked?" I said, she was a woman, and she sounded pretty, but you know. So I said, "No, I don't care one bit." So I go in, and she's there with a guy, and he's naked too. He's in the hot tub though. She's standing there just butt naked. Well, he's like, "I gotta get my wallet," and undoubtedly he'd hid his wallet from her. I'm kind of suspecting she was one of those paid for pleasure girls. But anyway, he got out. He goes, when he started to get out, he said, "Now," he goes, "now give him something to look at, you know, so he won't have to look at me." And she's like, "All right." She starts swinging and dancing in front of me. And I'm like, "What the hell? This is a pizza delivery." And he gets his wallet, hands me the money, tipped me $10. I would have done that for free, because she was pretty. She had to be paid for because he was ugly. And by then I done turned red, and she goes, "You know, you're cute when you blush." And I'm like, "You know, I can't afford you."
Hello, ladies. Do you ever wonder, how can I be the best woman I can be? I'll tell you. My name is Madam Tunny, and I am the Possum Queen. This is my little black book. This is where I keep all my secrets. And I'm going to tell you just a few. Today, I'm going to tell you how to make your man love you no matter what. Get a boob job.
Is she here, Tom? Is she?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look who finally decided to show up with beer. We do the 5 a.m. news. Are you seriously drinking already?
Yeah, I never stopped.
Drinking still?
Yeah.
Huh? That's great.
I'm no quitter.
Yeah, you smell like you know something. Jesus Christ.
Oh.
All right. So we got about 40 minutes to the, yeah.
Oh, sorry, you can't drink with that stupid...
Tom, get me a straw.
face.
I can't, all right.
You gonna drink mine out of a straw?
No, you smell like vomit. Is that intentional?
No, I just puked up my breakfast.
And what was your breakfast?
Beer. I had a shot of Fireball, too.
It kind of seemed like you had a couple of shots. Busy night last night, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. What else is new?
So anyway, are we gonna talk about all this, or
No, I'd rather not focus on any of that.
no? That.
We've got a
That
cast run.
stupid thing
Seriously,
on your
don't
face.
stop. I'm not trying to get. This is serious. It's a pandemic. I'm doing this for the listen. Just because you put your face everywhere doesn't mean that I want anything of that. You know, when Marianne was here, I didn't have to worry about that. Tom, can I get some hand sanitizer over here, please?
Marianne ain't here anymore.
Send one of the grips. Yeah, whatever happened to Marianne? She didn't. Oh, seriously?
Yeah, she gone.
Send a gift basket to the family. Did you know about this?
Yeah.
Did you have a hand in this?
Really?
Just put it all over everywhere. I'm a little concerned about it. No, thank you. I'd rather not. No, there's not any amount of hand sanitizer in the world that could make me comfortable with that. Great. That's great. Yeah, Tom, can I get some more hand sanitizer over here?
Please move your foot off my foot.
That is not my foot on your foot. Are you?
I know it ain't your manhood.
That's your. Jesus. Maybe if you didn't have a 14-pound purse that you kept under there, what are you keeping that anyway? Oh, beer.
Yeah.
Great.
It's got ice in it too. That's
Yeah.
a cooler, not a purse.
Yeah.
Oh God. Okay.
Oh, for fuck's sake, are you kidding me? Oh, Christ, man.
That was really bugging me.
Seriously, Tom. Seriously.
Been poking in the side of my shoe. It's
Dude,
like
she
an
went to
ingrown
University of
toenail.
Phoenix Journalism School, and now you got her sitting next to me. You give me the high back chair for a reason, Tom, because I call the GD shots around here.
You know how I got this job, right?
Yeah, showing and blowing.
Not from wearing a mask.
All right,
I
anyway.
wear many masks.
Yeah, you wearing a mask of a whore right now. What's in the news?
So
What's
are we
in the
gonna
news?
talk
None of these
about,
guys showed up. What have we got?
Can we just compile all the shit that you and Marianne talked about last week and just...
It sounds like
Gotta
you've got the whole
scramble some
compile
words.
taken care of already, but I think we should focus on the news
Well,
and really
this-
what's going on in pertinent.
We can just scramble some words around.
Well, it's not about scrambling words around. It's not match game 76. See, we have an obligation. The people depend on this. This is KUAM.
Boy,
This is the number
I knew
one news
you were
station.
A pussy, but I didn't realize it was this bad. Nothing to say?
Seriously, Tom. Seriously.
Nothing to say to that?
Well, I tell you what I am going to say is I'm a professional, Christy, and what I do
Did
is
somebody
report
get this
the
guy
news.
a maxi pad for his mangina?
I told you it's a mussy. It's not a mangina, and I don't appreciate the term.
I'm just saying. Somebody's man pawns and crooked.
It's in straight. All right, listen, we've got to go off something. We got nothing. Half these guys down in the newsroom are sick today, so what do we got? We got the Damn it. Tom, can I get more hand sanitizer over here, please? All right, we got the TP shortage because people are dipshits. Pardon? No, I'm not going to say it on the air. I'm just saying. Yeah.
You
Thank
should.
you. Thank you.
I mean, we do tell the truth, right?
Yeah.
So, call them a bunch of dipshits.
Yeah, that's going to get us more viewers if we insult the people who pay our paychecks. That's what we should do.
Look at Marianne's notes. What a whore.
What? It's professionalism, prudence, truth. And this is like the credo to journalism. Fuck's sake. All right, we're going to talk about the
Seriously,
stores are over.
Move your
That is
shit
not
off
my
my shit.
foot, for Pete's sake.
drive me to drinking.
You know what? You should drink till you're driving.
I'm not driving.
Well, that's
They
too
make
bad.
Uber for.
No, I'm not supporting it, Tom. I'm just saying, if anybody were to do it, I think she'd be a prime candidate. Anybody. We can place... I'll bring my dog Buddy in here, man. He's going to do a better job than her. No, he doesn't lick
At
as
least
many
he has balls.
nuts as she does. Not in his face. All right, so seriously,
how do
what
you
are
think
we?
I
The
got
schools
this
are all
job?
closed. Everything's out. Seriously, everybody's buying meat? Okay. Me on a global lockdown. This is cool. And what are you doing over there?
Huh?
Seriously, are you smoking? In the studio.
Oh.
Just put the thing out. What are you doing? We've got...
Ow, I hit.
For Christ's sake.
Oh, it's gonna mess my makeup up.
Seriously. Tom, you remember that Simpsons episode with the shotgun? Yeah. Yeah, mess her makeup up. Yeah, your makeup's from yesterday. I don't know if you've noticed, but it's
I think that's got a little.
It's a little messed up already. Seriously.
Smell me.
No, it's not the smoke. It is your scent.
Smell
That's
me.
what I'm trying to stop.
Make
Can
sure you
I
don't
seriously,
smoke cigarettes.
Tom? Thank you. This is sickening. All right. So look, school's closed. TP shortage. The groceries are running out. People are
Somebody
going
got shot
haywire.
on MLK.
Seriously, again, why do you always go to that?
It always happens. It's like an everyday
Wrong
thing.
side of history. Listen, there's crime in every city, on every street. We don't
East
need to
Street.
focus.
Marshall.
All right, you got a point.
Okay. So.
But do we really need to report that? That's not hitting home. Okay.
I mean.
So we got. Why do I have to get my news off Facebook? Oh look, I got 26 likes on my puppy.
Aw.
Yeah, that's Buddy. He's the one that can do your job better than you do.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, if I could.
in
lick-
5.
if
All
I
right,
could
hush
lick
up.
my own
4.
balls, I would too.
You lick enough
3.
balls to make up for it.
Alright.
Hi, I'm Tom Jennings.
And I'm Christy Jackson.
And this is KUAM Morning News. Our top story today. Seriously, did you just fart?
Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Just do a few. Just fucking silly. Yeah.
Is that good?
That'll work.
Do a Dick Van Dyke style fall. That'll be good. Everybody loves
What's
the
that?
physical comedy.
Fall
that?
over the footstool.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know. I can do all of it.
Smart ass. It's like a buddy cop sketch, and it's party scene investigators looking for dumb shit. And so that was my shtick the whole time, is I would have my glasses on at the beginning of the scene, and I'd tear them off and say something. And then later on we were talking, and in the middle of the scene I put my glasses on just so I could look at them, and then take them back off. But it was a good one. All right, let's do the tying the loafer or the got that old one. I could do one of these. Fake laugh.
I think that's good. All right.
All right, bedtime stories then. This is the take one. Hope you don't mind if I smoke in the studio. I know you've got all your fancy electrical equipment. So they asked me to tell a few bedtime stories. Now, I got to admit I don't know any of the classics. I never read the Grimm's Fairy Tales and Mother Goose. But I do remember one time when I was with my brother, and we had bunk beds growing up. And so I was on the top bunk, and he was on the bottom bunk, which he never liked because I was a bedwetter. And I probably wet the bed till I was 6 or 17. But, you know, it was manageable and we got through it. But I didn't have the sheet, so it would rain down on him sometimes. And admittedly, at some point in time, I started to do it on purpose. I just didn't like him very much. He was a bit more cheeky than I was, and he did well with the girls, obviously. You know, I didn't. And so I remember one night when I peed on his bed, but I I did it swung over from the top of the bunk, so I was hanging down army style, right, and just hitting him right in the face. And of course he was in a deep sleep. I'm not sure what he was dreaming about, but he woke up with a bit of a surprise. Now my mom came in and she was just incredibly upset. Now I told her it wasn't my fault because we'd had tea, you know, often before bed. And eventually they stopped giving me the tea, but I love the tea. We used to do lots of chamomile, you know, in the evening times. It really helps to slow down and just relax and enjoy the day. So either way, I'm spraying on my brother, right? Like I'm a fireman with a little baby fire hose because I was only, you know, 10, 11, 12. I didn't have any pubes yet, so just spraying on my brother, and he wakes up and he's freaking out. Now he actually grabs it and tugs it, right, And so I'm hanging on for dear life from the top of my bunk bed. He's swinging on me like Tarzan. I must have grown an extra 3 inches that night. And he's covered in piss. It's fantastic. Really, it was brilliant. It was one of my best escapades ever. So the next morning, my mom comes in, and she's livid, absolutely, because, you know, I pissed all over my brother while he was asleep. He's dangling on my twingle like he's got something, holding on for dear life. Sorry, should we do another take then? It wasn't my fault, you see. I'd had the tea. I couldn't be blamed. Either way, long story short, my brother goes up, he's a fag now, and I still like to piss on women, so here we are. I think that's a cut.
Welcome to the Danger Cam Friend Show. This is our first episode. Tonight we have Bill Levin on the show. He's the Grand Poobah of the First Church of Cannabis here in Indiana. Bill is quite the character. He's done many other awesome things in his life. And we're just going to sit and have a good conversation. So,
hi, I love you. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks for coming on.
You know,
Blessed to have you for our first show. And Bill, you were the Libertarian candidate.
Oh yeah.
Very recently, and what happened with that?
We as all good parties have in-house pissing parties.
Yeah.
And there's somebody in the party who doesn't like me, and he brought his baggage into the party, and he convinced the conservative wing to run somebody else against me. Not run for governor, to run against me.
Right.
Within the party, so I don't get the nomination.
I gotcha.
So it came out, they voted, and I did not win. And that's fine. It freed up my summer.
Yeah.
It freed up my summer. Will Henry did get it, so I'm backing Will, I'm backing everybody in the Libertarian Party. But Will and Crystal in particular, because they've got some territories that really need to be handled.
And Will Henry is the president of Normal for Indiana?
Yeah, he's the president. His wife, Crystal, is the media relations for Normal.
Are you on the board for Normal?
No, I'm a consultant friend.
I mean,
I was on Normal's board years ago.
You've been an active, whatever you want to call it, activist for legalization of marijuana for a very long time.
I've been outspoken about cannabis my whole life.
Your whole life, basically.
Yeah, I discovered it. I liked it. It is my friend, and the plant has been lied about so much in our history. Somebody has to stand up and speak the truth about it. And I've been speaking the truth about the plant since as long as I can, and it works.
It's just a plant.
Yeah.
But it's not just a plant because it has a lot of other uses other than just smoking it and getting high.
No, it's a health supplement. It's a health nutrient. It's a sacrament. It's something that's good for your body. We have an endocannabinoid system in our body, just like a nervous system. Our body are supposed to be receiving cannabinoids, and instinctually, like a dog. Yeah, you got a dog. I met him. He's marvelous. Okay, your dog when he gets an upset tummy, he runs out to the yard. He runs across 20 or 30 different kinds of grass, and he goes back in the corner. He finds that one certain fat leaf kind of grass. He eats it, and then he throws the fuck up.
Yeah.
He just throws up everywhere. And then he comes up, he kisses you, says, I feel all better.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They do that naturally.
He does it naturally. It's an instinct.
Yeah.
Okay? That dog knew what thing in nature to go to, because I didn't send him to, did you send your dog to medical school? No, I didn't either. So as instinct that's built into our beings, we go to the plant that we need the most. Cannabis is that plant because we poison ourselves with poor quality foods, poor quality water, poor quality lifestyle, and our endocannabinoid system gets all fucked up. And this plant helps us become whole again. It helps us to become healthy again. So it's a good, happy, healthy plant. And, I hope everybody has a large supply of it over the next few weeks. And I urge you to go out and get some, because staying at home with children is a beautiful experience. You're going to need a joint.
Hell yeah!
It's crazy times what we're living in right now.
Oh, yeah. I just spent all day with the 3 and 5-year-olds, so.
Yeah. Now your church that you started, that was in 2015?
2015.
Yeah. I was working down the street from there, and we tried to show up for that, and that didn't happen.
Yeah.
They had the roads blocked off all around there. I mean, Indiana was freaking out. The state police were freaking out, all afraid that you were going to light a joint. And very, I commend you on sticking to your guns and not doing that. I mean, that the first time you do, they're shutting you down immediately because it's not legal here yet, And I heard a story that there was 2 Baptist preachers there protesting you,
Oh, yeah.
and they actually got into a fist fight.
Yes.
Each other.
Yes.
They fought each other.
They were fighting each other over Bible quotes. While we were preaching peace and love, they were outside doing that hoodoo that they do so well.
That's hilarious.
And that's the only thing I wanted to film of. We had to film everything else. It's like, did anybody else film those guys? Did anybody? And it's like, no. And it's like, oh God, that would have been the greatest film ever.
Oh yeah.
No, they spent $30,000 our opening day. $30,000 of taxpayer money.
They had more police, I heard, than they do for Black Expo.
Probably. Yeah. We can't get an honest head count. It's rumored to be between 80 and 90 officers working our church. Wow. And basically, I like to thank the city because they were great parking attendants. They were polite. They were kind. They were, swell guys. Even, I went out and I hugged all the officers, and they go, we don't know why we're here. This is ridiculous.
And they've backed off, I'm sure, now.
Oh, yeah. Well, we got rid of Chief Height, who was at the time the problem of the overreaction king.
Yeah.
Anyway. So life's going on. We lost our case in court. We cannot smoke a state-prohibited product, but the church is recognized by the state of Indiana and the federal government as a licensed religion. Canatarians is a religion.
And you started this whole idea from Mike Pence when he was the governor, when he enacted the...
Well, that was the motivation at the time.
What was the RFRA law? Or
RFRA, yeah, RFRA. Now, let's go back to 2010 when I got my minister's license. That was before all this, okay? I was that silly guy walking around all the tattoo shops going, hi, I love you, I'm here, what do you want? And doing that. And people started saying, will you marry me?
Supplies.
Yeah, and they said, well, you brought us together, you made us an industry instead of fighting shops, and we're together and as a group, and I started marrying people. And see, once you get your minister's permit, once you're a minister, once you're ordained, you go by churches and you think, oh, wouldn't that be nice to have a church? Wouldn't Wouldn't that be nice to have a church? Wouldn't it be nice to run a church? What would you do if you ran a church? And so that was in the back of my mind from 2010 on. Okay? I had my minister's license. I had already, started looking at churches, but I never conceived until the motivation of Pence to designate a religion to it.
Right.
So the religion was created.
And you basically, I mean, do you feel like you created your own religion?
Yes. Oh, by all means.
Yeah.
We are Canitarians.
Yeah.
We follow the booklet Being Canitarian. We follow the Deity Dozen. And we celebrate love.
Did you write that?
Yes.
Yeah.
We celebrate love and life's great adventure. We're the only religion in recorded history to ever embrace humor in its written doctrine. Okay? Over 9,000 religions have been on this planet. We have tens of thousands of gods working this planet as we speak right now. Not one religion has thrown humor into it.
And humor is like an infectious thing that is wonderful.
It's healing.
I mean,
humor is healing. It's one of the greatest healing tools there is.
When we were filming the skits some of the comedy skits, our camera guy, he busted out laughing in the middle of one and, drops his camera and, you need that. And he said he hadn't laughed like that in months.
Yeah. Well, that's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, it just makes you feel good. Just like negativity spreads and positivity spreads. I mean, when you get people... I remember my grandmother, for their 50th anniversary, we had black icing on the cake. And when they took their bite, they both had black tongues. And my grandma probably laughed for 30 minutes. And and we all were laughing. We couldn't stop because she was laughing so hard. I mean, it's just, something I'll never forget. But, I mean, when a room full of people are laughing, there's nothing better than that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, what are some other things, in life that, what drove you to that, to be the Bill Levin that we all know today, you know what I mean? It's just, like when I seen, your pictures that I'll see from you in like the 70s or something, you look like you're in a punk band or something, and not really like this hippie character that, people think of you today. And I'll bring you up sometimes and talk about you. And, one of the reasons I wanted to have you on here, and one of the reasons I'm doing this show is for me, not just to give the team something to do, but it's, I watch a lot of podcasts, and I noticed some of my favorites that I watch, these guys they're growing mentally. They're getting something from just sitting down talking with someone for an hour or so, and they walk away. You'll never get me sitting in front of a therapist. I will never do that ever in my life. I don't care.
Oh, you're full.
Couldn't pay me to do it.
There's so much fun.
But I get therapy out of sitting and talking with my friends. Yeah. So that's one of the reasons I did this. And, it's about redemption. It's about a lot of things. Just doing something positive, and having a good time. And that's why we're doing the comedy, is to have some fun. But like I was saying, when I would bring you up to people that have never met you before, and talking about what you're doing in the marijuana community, the first thing they have something negative to say, and it's about your look. He looks like Doc Brown on acid. I'm like, well, yeah, he kind of does, but that's Bill. And like you don't know the guy. So it's like if you met him, sat down with him, you wouldn't be, talking trash, They're like, oh, he's not the right face for the thing. Yeah, well, he's the one who's stepping up to the plate and doing it, And there's a lot to be said for that. And I respect the fact that you don't change your look. You didn't conform to whoever and be like, okay, well, I'm going to try and legalize marijuana for the state. I'm going to do this. Well, I'm going to go cut my hair first. I'm going to get rid of the rose-colored glasses. I'm not going to wear leopard, print on my jean jacket anymore. No, you haven't changed a bit, and that's very respectable in my eyes.
Yeah, when it's State House time, I'll put on a coat. I'll put on a tie. I'll go down there. But, when it's kickback time, I wear my regular shit. It's what I do.
Yeah, you got to be who you are.
Yeah, well, I do me better than anybody because nobody else wants the job.
What was I wanting to ask you? You've done some films. I met you through a friend of mine, Bobby Easley.
Bobby's wonderful.
And he's really, him and Harry Bean. I got to give a shout out to Harry Bean all the time because I wouldn't be sitting in this desk with you either without Harry Bean getting me into making the movies and stuff. He's the man.
Yeah.
And, I met you with Bobby. Bobby's awesome. He's helped me out so much. He'll be on the show someday. And how was your... And then you did a film with us last year, and that's...
Well, I brought the goat.
Still, yeah, he brought the goat. We had a goat on set. He signed a waiver.
Yeah.
Clyde the goat. But, so how was your... how do you like doing films?
I love doing films.
Yeah.
I was thrown off my first set when I was 5.
Oh, yeah.
Before Popeye and Janie, there was Happy Herb and Popeye. Happy Herb was dressed as a sailor, and he did Popeye cartoons. My mother, and this was live TV. Okay, there was no pre-recording of commercials. The commercials were live. Okay. Mom, every day, 5 days a week, had to go down to WTTV and do 2 commercials for Kenner Toys on Happy Herb show every week.
This was your mother?
Yeah. Mom was the Kenner woman for Indiana. She did all the commercials for Kenner Toys for Indiana.
Wow.
And this is back when it was live. And Bernie Sowers, who ran the station at the time, my mother was doing a commercial. I ran out and immediately told my mother I had to go potty, and I had to go potty now, and it was really... And Bernie Sowers ran out onto the set while this was being broadcast live, snatched me up, grabbed me, and put me in the back room and goes, "You got to stay in this room now."
Something he'd probably get arrested and get a charge for today.
Oh, yeah. But back then it was get the kid off the set. We're broadcasting live. I remember that very well. Yeah, and you remember it because it was somebody else's adult grabbing your ass and hauling you off.
Yeah, that's impactful.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about what's going on in the world today, just to hear your views. Well, before we dive into that, let's stay on the subject of the cannabis, because a lot of people have asked me to ask you, our fellow Hoosiers, when's it going to happen? When's it going to be
if
legal?
Eric gets reelected in 2021, there will be probably 12 to 16 different, cancer, leukemia, people will be able to get medical cannabis. I'm not saying flowers, I am saying THC products.
Okay.
And that'll happen next year, because that's when the Fed's going to drop it. The Fed's going to probably drop it in the next 10 months. They got to. They're at a point now where they have to.
Do you feel like who knows what's going to happen with this coronavirus stuff? And I mean, they're getting. And I feel that this weekend we might be on a complete government shutdown.
This might be your first and last podcast for a while.
It might be.
This is very real.
It is.
There will be what will probably come next will be curfew.
Yeah, I mean they already did it to San Francisco. They've done it to. I don't know if they've done it to parts of New York.
New York City.
Is New York City on?
New York, I think New York City's on lockdown.
They're releasing
Pennsylvania, they shut down all the liquor stores. So.
Oh shit.
No, Pennsylvania's state liquor stores. State said we're not going to open.
Oh gosh.
Okay, so all the boys in West Virginia and Kentucky are going, "Hey, we're going to make a fortune up in Jersey now."
Wow. That's nuts.
Oh, yeah.
They're
no.
releasing prisoners now and inmates. I don't know as far as prisoners, but they're releasing inmates from jails.
They've
done it in Cleveland. They're talking about Rikers Island today.
They're going to have to do this, but what's going on in the planet, everybody's going to follow America's lead.
Right.
And America is going to take a aggressive militaristic support lead that will certainly parallel martial law, but it isn't martial law. It's the Stafford Act. It's if there is a pandemic, the government should step in and help. The government wants to help. Right there. Hi, we're from the government. We want to help. To every American, that means we're going to get fucked. Boom. Don't know how, don't know why, but when the government steps up and say, we're here to help, and one of the first things they chirp out is, hey, we're going to give you all $1,000, and we all went, huh? We might give you up to $3,000 if there's 4 people in your family, huh? We're going to give you another $1,000 later, huh? Okay, so everybody's shutting up going, huh? They're taking your liberties. They're taking your freedom. And they're taking the elections and shutting down primaries.
It's a little scary.
Yeah, it's you know, we have had other viruses. Other people have died of them.
We've had way more. There's definitely some hidden agenda.
There was an article written in the Atlantic magazine, January of 2019, that stated what could happen, and they are describing this whole scene that's going on right now. So this whole thing has had legs for a minute or two. It's been there for a while. This isn't something you just turn a switch on and say it's going to happen. This is a planned, thought out effort.
I agree with that.
Okay?
Totally.
When 9/11 happened, months before 9/11 happened, there were what if scenarios if we got attacked and a building went down. Okay? And they enacted these things and how they would do it. And there were booklets about it. You know, how would we handle it? Okay, so 6 months to a year later, the actual action happened. A year ago in the Atlantic, again, this was all written about. So this has been a well thought out piece of progress.
Oh yeah.
This has has more to do with economy and elections than it does the virus, in my opinion. You know, it's the economy is going to tank. We're going to do a serious tank. We're going to look like, remember USSR?
Uh-huh.
Okay, they went under. They tanked.
Gorby.
They completely tanked. Everybody lost everything. And then it became Russia, and everybody divided off into individual states, which became individual countries. There's a good possibility that we might break up North America.
Huh. I hadn't thought about that. I don't pretend I know.
You know,
it's
it's
crazy.
All of a sudden, your dollar, and your dollar has zero value. What happens?
Yeah.
We have to put in a new currency. We have to put in a new, okay, it's going to be all computerized because we don't want you to have money.
Right. I've been thinking that and listening to some other people. I feel like it might be, you know, a little bit of a scam. You know, I don't know. It's just, it's crazy. All of a sudden, your dollar, and your dollar, and your dollar has zero value. We have to put in a new currency. We have to put in a new, okay, it's going to be all computerized because we don't want you to have money.
Right. I've been thinking that and listening to some other people. I feel like it might be
You know, they've been wanting to get rid of the physical dollar for a while, you know, and it seems like that can happen sooner than later.
Yep.
So, I mean, it's already in effect where it's possible. I mean, I pay all the time with my phone, you know, boom.
You got to realize that fucking 60% of middle class America just lost 40% of their 401k. They just took the biggest hit they've ever seen, and it's gone down since then. Okay? These people who work for 20, 30 years and they've been matching their funds in a 401k, all of a sudden they had 200,000 and now they have 75,000. You can't retire on 75,000.
No. No.
So we're going to have huge economic issues.
I just laid a bunch of people off at our job and just, you know, I don't know what's going to happen.
We're all going to be locked at home.
Yeah, that's how I feel. I feel like it's going to be like Sunday.
Well, every day is going to be Christmas or Sunday. You know, it's pretty much it.
Yeah.
All we can do is hope that, you know, you got a good Monopoly game.
Yeah.
And
Got a new one.
when Facebook goes out, the whole world will go nuts.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
You know, if we lose Facebook or Instagram or any of, you know, boom.
I wouldn't even be on there if it wasn't for the movie production stuff.
But it's how we communicate now.
It is.
It's how we've trained ourselves to communicate.
Yeah.
And it's become a cultural utility.
And everyone's a politician now. That's one thing that I
They're all politicians,
okay.
they're all sports fans.
I've seen friends that have been friends for 20, 30 years, and they're not friends anymore because of politic arguments on Facebook.
Because of memes.
Yeah, and memes and just whatever. It's insane.
I-
I do not make political posts on Facebook. I'm not really a political guy. I really aren't. I'm not. I don't even know if I'm a Republican, Democrat, Independent, Libertarian. I don't claim a party. You know,
Yeah.
I don't. And
Well, see, most of America doesn't anymore because what the parties stand for is greed, corruption, and fear.
that's what I see from it. I try to stay out of it as much as I can.
Yeah.
You know, I got a family to provide for, and that's what I do.
Yep.
And I stay in the safe zone.
I understand. I go swimming in the sewer. It's okay.
So I got
Oh God.
you remember this?
Yeah.
This is when you were starting the church, I believe.
No, that was my second run as I was running for State House.
Okay.
I was running for a State House seat. And instead of yard signs, I made those up.
You're missing a hand. You see that? I built I had a train set that I was building for the kids.
Oh.
And stupid me, I opened it up and you were one of the like little guys, you know, little just
Yeah.
the train could go by and one of my kids stepped on it and it's like, oh crap, but yeah, this is pretty cool. I do have a gift for you.
Oh.
This is a friend of mine, Royce Donnell. He's a barber, and this is his clothing brand, and it stands for "What Is My Purpose."
Oh, cool.
And I thought it was a great shirt
Okay.
to wear for the first show. It's
I
just,
like that.
Royce is a great guy, and so he
Oh,
gave
cool.
me a shirt. to
Right
give
on,
you.
Royce.
Um,
Hey, Royce, good shirt.
Yeah. Royce is a good dude. He's getting in the works of starting a non-for-profit school for inner city kids to get their barber license, which is really awesome.
Damn fine.
Yeah.
Damn fine. Anything I can do to help him, give him my number.
All right, we'll do.
You know, we'll plug him in where we can.
Yeah.
That's very awesome. I like that.
Yeah. We try to keep good people in our circle.
Bravo.
But anything else you'd like to tell the viewers?
I love you all. Yeah, you're going to be stuck with your family. You're going to be stuck with friends wherever you are. You're going to be on lockdown. I want you to be happy. I want you to be healthy, and I want you to do good things with them. If it gets down to it, teach your grandchildren how to play craps. You know, it's a game they will always. It was a game that they will always have. Takes 2 dice, and it teaches them math. It does. You know, I'm teaching one kid. You know, she's learning how to add and subtract, and we're teaching her how to get to 11 and 7.
In my freshman year of high school, I was teaching my buddies how to play craps, and we were all bringing dice to school.
Yeah.
And I was taking all their lunch money, and we got in trouble several times. Well, I'm proud to say this, that I got the no gambling rule put into effect in my next year, my sophomore year. There was a no gambling rule in the Avon High School student handbook.
Good man.
I am very proud of that.
Adding to the paperwork. I love that.
I've been playing a lot of roulette lately when I go to the casino, and I've been doing pretty well.
Yeah.
Finally got me a little system, because I used to go and play, you know, after we'd leave the poker tables, I'd go and play a little bit, and I would just lose. And I was watching everyone else, and they were just putting chips all over the board, and I didn't understand it. Well, I finally get it now.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun when you hit on the roulette wheel.
Yeah, that's a good pay. I'll sit around a blackjack table until they drag me out.
Yeah, it's nice that they at Live. I can't believe that place even stayed open so long, because it was a digital casino, and what a joke.
Well, all right, now you got to realize we just bumped up to real.
Yeah, now it's cool.
Okay, so the guys who own all those 5,000, 10,000 casino machines around the state that they no longer use in their casinos are trying to get Eric Holcomb to pass a law so they are in all gas stations and okay, so they're going to try to get gambling in all bars and all gas stations with all these machines, and Holcomb will probably let them.
I mean,
we don't look. The cannabis people don't have the money to buy the government we need. The casino people have the money to buy the government they want, and they've proven this time and time again. Indiana has a huge gambling problem.
Everywhere it does. The world. I mean,
Well,
it's everywhere.
we lie to Hoosiers about it. You know, we're going to allow a lottery, and it's for the roads and the kids to get kids' schools, and it goes in the general fund. And it's never seen again.
Everywhere you go, there's a backroom poker table somewhere.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, talking about the money we have, in there, I've heard. Like I said, I'm not a pro on this subject, but I heard, doesn't Indiana have like $134 million surplus right now, something like that?
No, it's $2 billion.
Oh wow, way off.
We have been overtaxed $2 billion.
And that's just
we
the
didn't
surplus
have
that we have that's just sitting around, right?
It's sitting in a bank account just doing nothing because we didn't need it for teachers.
Oh,
we don't need it to fix our highways. We don't need it to fix our polluted waterways. That money's there, so we have a AAA rating as a state, and it's like you just took our money. You're sitting in a bank. Eric Holcomb raised our taxes $1 billion since he's been in office.
Wow.
And they're banking $2 billion. The state is supposed to take the money, pay for the maintenance of the state, pay for what it's supposed to, okay, and not have $2 billion left over. You're not supposed to have $2 billion left over. You're supposed to take care of the shit in the state. Let's get the roads fixed. Let's pay the teachers. Hey, here's an idea. Let's get some corona tests, huh? Let's get some tests. We originally only had, 129 tests for the state total?
My wife works at American Health Network, and I mean, it's crazy there right now. Just all the new restrictions and how they're having to let people in. Like, they don't even let people come into the office. They go outside to their car before they even let them in the building. A doctor does, or a nurse, or whatever. It's just,
all right.
It's crazy. And then her building that she works at her office is on the second floor. So they're sending their patients over to another facility in Avon, which is its own building and it's one level. So they're having to go over there and get checked out before they even come. They're allowed to come see their doctor in Plainfield. It's nuts.
It's going to be a great carnival the next few months.
It's going to be. I don't want to say that I'm scared. I'm worried for the. I'm worried. I am.
We all should be worried because it's unknown. We're going into an unknown factor.
I've got. I'm not a gun owner, and I'm not a gun owner because I'm not allowed to be a gun owner. And that. I don't like that, you know, and it'll be 2027 before I can even go in before a judge and try to own a gun, and it may never even happen. But I mean, I've got friends who also, one of my buddies who's affiliated with this show, Dumpster Jerry, he said that he would never own a gun ever, and I just heard him today say that. He's just because of all this going on, he's finally at an age, and he's 47 years old. He's finally wants to go own a gun, and not just because he's afraid of the, like what you said, the closed liquor stores down in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Well, if people can't get their booze and drugs,
oh yeah, it's gonna be colorful.
Shit's gonna hit the fan, okay? And
you have National Guard out making sure everybody's in before curfew.
Yeah, I mean, people are going to start getting jacked. They're going to start getting robbed. I mean, it's inevitable, you know. If somebody can't go get their daily fix,
it will be ugly out there.
It's going to be ugly. So, yeah. I don't know.
So, it's a great adventure. Let's smile.
We all got to stick together.
Oh, yeah, we got to stick together.
We're all in this together.
It's a great adventure. You know, there's going to be assholes, there's going to be criminals, there's going to be heroes, and we just have to be on the hero side of things.
We do. You got to stay positive. I still got food in my house.
We're still going out and serving the homeless. Hearts
That's
and
one thing I wanted to ask you about. Hearts and Hands, right? Is that what it's called?
Hearts and Hands.
And
Hearts in Hand. No hands. Hearts in Hand. Is Tag Griffith's company. Tag and Gina Griffith.
And you do that every Saturday?
Every Saturday. We go out.
And not only do you serve the homeless, but you feed animals. Also, you try to, right?
Yeah, well.
They're pets.
If we have the supplies, we serve everybody. We serve animals. We serve people. We get them clothes, batteries, candles, dry goods, tents, tarps.
Now you take
socks.
You obviously take donations for that any way you can. So, who do the viewers
that
reach
goes
out
to Hearts and Hand Outreach Group page on Facebook. Hearts and Hands Outreach Group on Facebook. Hearts and Hands Outreach Group on Facebook. Tell them Bill sent you, and Tag will give you a link on how to help. Or you can find my Facebook page and message me and ask how to help.
And you'll take.
We also take donations at High on the Hill on the west side of Indianapolis. They take any donations we have for the west side location.
Dry food goods, blankets, clothes, shoes.
No clothes right
now.
Our clothes locker is full. We need
food.
We need food right now because.
Now where do you prep it?
At Tag's facility.
Okay.
That's Southern and Madison. Down at Southern and Madison, he cooks it there. We store some of it in our freezers at the church. In our living room on the couch.
How many people do you guys normally serve on a?
Anywhere between 100 and 150.
Wow.
On a Saturday night. The numbers have been lower since winter contingency is still on. That's winter contingency means that the homeless shelters open up 200 extra beds. They will close these down once the weather is good. So a homeless shelter will have 500 beds, But during the summer, they'll only use 200.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a problem everywhere, but it's definitely a problem in Indy.
Yeah, we have about between 14, 15, 16,000 homeless just in Marion County.
How long have you been doing that?
2.5 years.
Yeah. I used to serve with, I think they were called Faith Baptist Church. They're off of Kessler, 56 and Kessler, somewhere around there. And we would serve on, I think it's Church Street, right behind Lucas Oil.
Yeah.
On Tuesdays or Thursday nights, something like that. And they're real good people. I just went down there and volunteered. I actually had to do some community service, so I actually figured I'd do some real community service.
Yeah. We,
That's awesome. Now, you know, you obviously were, I was a kid when it happened, but when they did like a nationwide thing of shutting all the mental institutions down, that really brought the homeless numbers up across the country.
That when they shut down Lima State in Ohio and here
Central
State, the government got out of medical profession, and they shut out those people, and they had no homes. They have nowhere to go, and yes, they are walking around every city. They need medication. They need therapy. They need counselors. And
are you allowed to offer them medication other than Tylenol?
No, but we can get them to the people who can get. TAG has a list of all the help services.
Yeah.
And he can get you in contact with these services if you're on the street.
Yeah.
We have different issues on the street with every person.
Oh, yeah.
Some have horrible PTSD from extreme living situations that they're completely freaked out by people. Completely. There are people who have alcohol issues. There are people with drug issues. There are people with stability issues who have their meds, don't have their meds, can't get their meds, lose their meds, and that's an issue. We have people who are homeless who are on house arrest.
They don't have an address. They put them on.
They GPS your camp.
Wow.
And you're allowed to be in that camp, and if you go outside of it, it's like leaving your house.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that costs, well, they're indigent, so they might not have to pay for it.
Well, no, the taxpayer does.
Taxpayers, so they're getting their money for it, because that stuff's not cheap. I mean, it's a daily fee. You know?
Is it really?
$50, is that what it is?
$50 a day to rent a bracelet?
Yeah. It's not cheap.
So they're doing it for profit now. So our government's in the profit business again.
Oh, the legal system ain't no joke.
I'm so sick of the greed and the privatization of our prison systems.
It's insane.
Let's put people in prison for profit. Fuck that game.
Yeah, well, yeah. It's I know people who have lost a lot of stuff from being on house arrest just because they couldn't afford it. You know, and it goes. I've heard, and that was only $24 a day. I remember in my family, my brother had gotten into some trouble when he was a minor, and it was costing and this was in the 90s, but they sent him to some, boot camp style, juvenile correctional facility that was $27 a day, and the parents have to pay it, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
I mean, $50 today is even more, and people aren't making. Someone gets in trouble, and they're forced to do this, but they still have a family to provide for. They still got child support. They've got all these other fees. And you expect someone to pay $50 a day?
Yeah, that's
I mean, they don't even make that much money. Some people, you know, how are you supposed to eat?
Yeah.
So yeah. Well, I think that's a wonderful thing. I need to get down there. I was hoping to. I tried to get down there and help you guys. I will come down and help.
Yeah.
Hopefully, bring some more people, and hopefully we can get some donations just from the show. Hopefully, some people look up the Facebook and send some food your guys' way, because it is a problem, and it's a very. I think everyone should go and do that. You know, you should take your kids even. I remember my aunt one time when I, was getting into some trouble as an early teen. She was a volunteer at Wheeler Mission, and my dad sent me down there and made me go and see what was going on there. But as a young teen, I didn't get anything out of it. I had a big chip on my shoulder and was like, "Well, the fuck do I got to be here?"
Routines, yeah.
But as an adult, and when I volunteered, it was a very humbling experience. It really was. And you just see, a lot of people, if you don't ever go do that, you just see the panhandlers on the corners of every exit on the highway. And, a lot of people, you don't get it. A lot of people don't get it. They've never been there, so they just have this immediate judgment on homeless people. And, if you've never been in that situation, if you've never been around those kind of people, they're not all bad people. They're not all druggies. They're not every single homeless person is a drug addict or alcoholic.
No.
There's a lot of them out there that don't do drugs at all or drink. They are just hard up. They've been forced in a situation that they couldn't handle. And I had a friend, Scott Brandon, who he used to work a lot with homeless people, and just some of the stories I've heard him say. A lot of you'll see people who you think are not homeless because of their pride, and they're still walking around downtown. They're hiding, they're parking somewhere, living their family in a van, and they're not letting anyone know they're homeless. And there's what are some other organizations that people could reach out to?
There are there's some city-run things, but I don't recall the names of them because I don't really know how much help they actually do. They'll get a $250,000 grant. They'll spend $60 on a study, and then they'll have a bunch of executives for $110,000 each, and all of a sudden that $250,000's gone, and 2 executives and 1 study, and it's like $250,000. We could have set up a camp. We could have fed people for year and a half.
The camps, I've noticed in some states like Colorado and some other states that they're actually like building sheds and things like that. Do you think that's a good idea, or do you think that's a bad idea?
Everybody needs a roof, and I think it's a good idea. The problem is always utilities, your bathroom facilities. When you live outside, you end up using a 5-gallon bucket more than not.
Right.
And the disposal of the 5-gallon bucket becomes an issue.
Yeah, because they're just dumping in the White River.
Yeah, well.
If they're by White River.
Yeah. If you're by a river, that's usually where it ends up going. If we had tent areas and washing and cleaning facilities, like when you go to a park and you camp, they have those little buildings with showers, and if we had these along White River, this would help solve our problem. It would give us pickup for trash. If you're homeless, you live on state or federal or railroad property by default, because they have to have state people chase you off. The city can't chase you off. That's why they live on banks of the river. That's Department of Public Works. So it takes state issue to chase off the homeless. It's been done. I mean, I was there when they bulldozed probably 40 different tents. Not tents, but shacks.
Were you down
and tents.
when they closed Irish Hill?
No, I didn't see that one. We were over at Fern's when
All they
took
did on
one
that
down.
one was just fence it in, basically.
Right, but they came through with bulldozers first. Okay, I saw where they fenced it in.
Yeah.
I called the guy who, turns out he owns that and the businesses across the street, because I wanted to rent one of the buildings, and I told him I wanted to use it for homeless, and he sort of said no.
Is that Labe?
No, he had very stable reasons.
No, I mean, was it Labe Corporation by chance?
I don't know. It was one man who I was talking to over a phone, and he worked for a corporation, and he said he had been physically threatened, and that's when that just all ended. You know,
They did that fast.
Huh?
They did that very quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an awful problem. I don't really know. Personally, I don't know any solution, but I mean, I think what you said, if they put up some little shelters or something like that, just so people can have a place to go to the bathroom and wash up, that'd be
Wash up, have places for them to have campsites.
Because these people could go and work somewhere, but it's pretty hard to go get a job when you're dirty and stinky and
Well,
just,
what a lot of people do is they get memberships to the YMCA or to the gyms, the Planet Fitness or stuff like that, and it's $10-20 a month, and they can go in there, shower, shave, and change, and have a locker. Okay?
Yeah.
So those memberships are important to people on the streets because that's where they, outside of the homeless shelters that'll allow you to come in on Tuesdays for 15 minutes to shower because they have a line.
Bill, I thank you very much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me,
It's been
man.
a pleasure.
Honored.
And we'll have you back. I'd like to get Will Henry on here sometime if we could.
Yeah. Oh, he didn't make it over?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Well, fucker.
It's all right.
Hey, Will.
Thank you for watching our first episode, and I hope you enjoyed all of our comedy skits. And our next episode, we will have a couple. One of my friends, Chris McCoy, he's a triple amputee, and another guy, Nicholas Owen, who is also in a wheelchair. He's paralyzed from the waist down. Those two guys in my life they've just been dealt a bad hand, and they deal with it. They get up every single day, and they are more positive than half the people I know. And I reference those guys a lot of times when I hear people complaining about stuff. I'm like, look at this dude, and they're just happy people. So I want to have them on the show. They're great people.
Yeah.
And then we also got Terrell Woods, who is a professional improv comedian of 24 years, and he's also a part of our comedy team. So stay tuned for the next episode. We'll be doing a show every other week, filming, and every other week we'll be putting out a show. So look on YouTube, follow Danger K, and share it with your friends, and let's have fun and be safe out there while this pandemic is going on. We love you. Danger K, we out.
That was awesome, dude!